So the first question is about an 8-year-old boy who loves machines. When they go out anywhere, the child always keeps on trying to touch other people's possessions, like their cell phones, portable fans, smart watches. The parent thinks that, maybe it's just because he can't, he wants to look at something new rather than, the same old things that they have at home. So at this moment in time, the parent is using exercise as a punishment for all of his aggressive behaviors. They're wondering, what kind of intervention can I use for this particular instance? Like, whenever he goes up and tries to touch other people's possessions. Honestly, you could use anything. This is just about you knowing your child and what's going to motivate them to stop engaging in this behavior. Okay? Now, since you're already using exercise, the thing is, exercise is kind of like a big, broad umbrella. So I don't know if you're using like a different exercise every single time, or you have a very, very particular exercise that you have him do when he hits or does the aggressive behaviors. If he is using one particular exercise for the aggression, you can use a different exercise specifically for this particular behavior if exercise is effective at deterring him from engaging in those behaviors. If you're using just broadly exercise for handling aggression, then I would just choose a different consequence for him that you have to think about, since he's doing it in public, it has to be something that you can consistently and easily implement. The question is, should you implement it right away, or should they wait until they've gotten rid of most of the aggression? For me, I don't know how often your child's aggressing, So if he aggresses a lot, then what you want to do is hold off on any other interventions until you can get the aggression way, 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 way down, If he aggresses maybe once a day, then I think you're okay adding a consequence for a different behavior at that point. This actually reminds me of a very similar question I've had in the past about food, which is like, when we're out at restaurants and things like that, the child would just go up to anybody's plate and pick food that they want off of that plate. Parents are always like, so what do we do, And the thing I have to ask them, like, at home, who's letting the child get away with it? Because somebody's letting him get away with it. Whenever they want, they can just go ahead and do it. The same thing with these electronics. It could be that, dad or mom is doing that, and the child can come over and take it from them. And the parent will let them do it, which means that the child is very successful at getting access to those things. At home, you have to start making them request things rather than just letting them take stuff, if that's actually happening. If it's not, then you still have to teach them how to request something from others rather than going in and just doing